Alright, I have a real deal banger that I've been listening to all day. All day. And I didn't want to listen to it before, but it's really good. So listen to it. Also, thank you for the advice! Nyemberu, thank you. Hold on.
Whoa!
I'm not gonna lie. like Lil Uzi Vert, I'm sorry. I actually think his music is quite good, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't really care if you cry. But yeah, he makes some good music, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. One more song, yeah. That's what people call me. Why? 'Cause they all die. When I sing, I am their lives. You act as though payback makes you unknowable. Instead of that, well, you're a goddamn Philistine. That's what people call me. Why? 'Cause they all die. When I sing, I am their lives. You act as though payback makes you unknowable. Instead of that, well, you're a goddamn Philistine. Thank you for the raid. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna mention, when I'm listening to this music, I'm fucking dancing. So that's why I don't answer sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna go dance. Hold on. One more. I do like doing those radio streams, but I can't do them on YouTube, unfortunately, and it's not really. I don't know. I'm very eepy today. I'm very sorry. I'm very eepy. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry tired. I'm like sorry tired. You know what? I'll play one more song. What if I play one more song? What if I play one more? One more. Okay? One more. Okay. ちょっと待って. I'll play something really good. Hold on. Hold on. Wow! Fucking good song. Right? So good. Super hype. Yeah. I played Metal Gear Rising. Strangers who were This is one of my favorite boss fights. How do you guys not know this song? For shame, huh? For shame. How do you not know this song? Alright, here's the song. There you go. I can't go any faster. SMH. SMH. SMH, guys. SMH. Yay! It's so good. Yeah. funny that the dude is just Brazilian. He's like, I have no cyber enhancements. He's kind of cool. God, that game is so freaking cool. I love that game so much. What a cool freaking game. Also, I have to be a little quiet today. Because my sister is sleeping over. Because honestly, I don't really know why she's sleeping over. But she's like super mad already. she's like, you better not make any noise or something. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, tell my sister to get out. She wanted to, but she's not doing that. She's very evil today. She's being really evil and not. No, she's probably watching this right now. Fuck you. Fuck you. But yeah, alright. We're gonna watch Fear and Hunger. Ooh, why do I look like that? We're gonna watch some Fear and Hunger lore. Funger, if you will. Funger lore. We love Funger. We're a big fan of Funger. We're Funger fans. Not to be confused with the Finger family. Yes. Alright. Ew. Sorry, I have oh god, I gotta like chill with it, but I have a little bit of drink with me. Yeah. That should be good. That should be Gucci Couture. Alright. What actually happens in Fear and Hunger? Story analysis and review. It's really freaking interesting. Will this spoil the game? Yes. Yes, it will spoil the game, but how do I explain? You're not gonna understand it when you play it anyway. Like, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of this stuff is from little pieces of the world that you have to connect together. So, yeah. So, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a drip. That's a good way of putting it. It's a very cool game, though. I am hoping there's no nudity on this, but if there is, it's unarchived. Who cares? Who cares? I'm gonna make myself smaller. Ah, fear! The fear. Oh my god. There's like a 50% chance of obtaining lore from a bookshelf.
Fear and Hunger is a series that rarely tells you what's actually going on.
Right.
Fans of the dark fantasy genre, or really anyone who's paid attention.
This is mean, but I always put on subtitles because I like subtitles. I'm sorry. Everything I watch usually has subtitles. I'm gonna go over here just to make it better, so you can read it a little better. And yeah.
To any video game analysis in the past 20 years, should be familiar with this sort of
This video is very good too.
Where a less is more approach can leave the audience totally enthralled even when they have no idea what's going on. The little glimmers of understanding these stories make excellent bait, drawing us further in each time we catch a glimpse of the bigger picture.
Yes.
And the act of sitting, thinking, and puzzling out the best answers we can, or even better, discussing them with the community, can lend a sense of having a personal connection to the story. There are a lot of ways this story can go. Any or all of the cast can die
How's the volume, by the way? I think the volume...
The dungeon is wide open.
I think the volume is a bit... I'm probably going to be watching 2 videos, so we're just doing the first Fear and Hunger. Fear and Hunger Termina, which is the second one, is an entirely different story with like an entirely different everything. So that's something I'd have to do another time, but Termina has like a lot more to it from what I know. So yeah.
Many avenues of exploration.
I think...
And a friend in one playthrough could be an enemy or even a victim the next. There are 5 endings, each of which can vary based on the player's actions. And there are a further 4 character-specific endings. There's enough to keep players puzzling over the game for weeks, if not months, and until the sequel came out, none of it was necessarily canon. But come out it did. And though the story of Termina takes place in a different country 400 years later, it makes it clear that several of the endings, or at least something similar to them, happened all at once. And so this analysis will explore this YouTuber's interpretation of the canonical version of events.
I think this person does it
that your own understanding of the story may vary. If at any point this intrigues you enough, I highly encourage you to stop the video and pick up the game. You can always come back and argue your own interpretation in the comments.
It's hard.
Fear and Hunger tells the story of 4 people who have come to delve into the titular dungeons of Fear and Hunger.
Yes.
They each come separately and for their own reasons, but they all arrive at roughly the same time.
Is it better to play the first one
first
or play the second one?
Broken loose and turned a dismal prison into something
I mean, if you want to play
worse.
the first one first.
The four roughly fit the description of a classic D&D adventuring party, but Vox Machina this is not. Fear and Hunger is not interested in that sort of larger-than-life character-driven story where everybody's got a role to play in saving the world. It's more like something your metalhead friend would drop on you after smoking weed and watching reference. Many times. Most of these people are going to die, and you are going to watch them do it.
Basically, yeah.
When starting a new game, the player chooses one of the four and goes through a short choose-your-own-adventure style backstory. The consequences of these choices are mostly minor, affecting starting equipment or skills, but all characters can forego 2 of their rewards in order to acquire the dash skill,
True.
which roughly doubles walking speed outside of combat. As the game includes both enemies that will pursue the player and a time-sensitive goal, this is generally recommended for new players. Regardless of who and what they choose, the player finds their avatar arriving at the dungeon's gates. An open portcullis marks the obvious entrance, but there's also a side door.
I thought that was in my background.
I
got so scared.
If the player spends more than a few seconds looting the boxes and barrels scattered around the place,
it's not moonshine,
or
it's
worse,
Blue
goes through
Hawaiian
the front door,
from yesterday.
They'll be set upon by a large pack of larger hounds and almost certainly torn to pieces, not even a full minute after completing their character history. The sound of the dogs as they approach, snapping and snarling, is enough to set your teeth on edge, and seeing their furry bodies charging out of the mist for the first time is a unique experience. Most players will eventually learn to go through the side door. A few will learn that this is not the game for them, and probably a smaller number will learn how to somehow defeat all the dogs without taking damage, although there's no reward for doing so. These are all correct answers, and the dog's placement in the very beginning of the game serves to perfectly signpost what's to come. The game is never going to stop being like this.
Such a cool game, though. Genuinely.
The dungeon, as it turns out, is not simply named after one of the game's major mechanics. All who enter find their strength and willpower supernaturally drained by the oppressive atmosphere of the place, and as the player enters, it quickly becomes clear that food is going to be a problem. Until
Fear and hunger!
This place is a functioning prison.
What?
Now, the candles have gone out, half-eaten meals spoil where they've been left on the tables, and unearthly creatures float like jellyfish above the corpses that litter the floor. In terms of gameplay, Kahara is the rogue of the group. He's good at running away, he can steal, he can pick locks, and physically he's just kind of in the middle. Kahara is the first of the four to encounter what remains of the dungeon's guards.
Oh, yay! They censored it.
Huge, misshapen brutes, charging anything they see with massive meat cleavers in a violent parody of their former occupation. Unfortunately, chopping off limbs and protecting the dungeon isn't the only thing they have in mind. This is another point where I expect a lot of players will choose to find something else to occupy their time. Jarring subject matter aside, fighting the guards is initially an exercise in frustration. Fear and Hunger treats every fight like a boss battle, and most enemies have multiple body parts which may be individually targeted and destroyed. These limbs will often each get a turn of their own to perform attacks,
that bar is large.
Spells,
it is.
Pull off special moves that prompt the player to call a coin toss.
It is.
Success generally means dodging the attack, while failure can lead to an immediate loss. The guard's cleaver attack will casually chop off your character's arms, and their other hand has one of these instant death coin tosses. They'll also occasionally attack with their stinger, and even if all these parts are sliced off, they can still tackle for a healthy chunk of damage. New players will often try attacking different limbs only to discover that they're doomed no matter what they do. Each enemy is a puzzle. In the case of the guards, the ideal solution is simply to avoid them. But failing that, the order of operations is to attack their left arm, then guard, which automatically passes the coin flip attack, then hit the stinger, then the torso, guard again, and hit the torso twice more.
This game is so fucking
hard. Fight without taking any damage.
This game is so hard.
It isn't this simple with every enemy, but once you understand what the game is asking of you, it goes from impossible to merely difficult. Unfortunately, Kahara was not informed of this. He's promptly captured and left in a cell to rot.
Yeah.
Enki Ankarian is on a quest for enlightenment, an obvious choice for one bearing the enlightened soul. Raised in the vicious tradition of the Dark Priests, who venerate the old gods in exchange for magical power, he's a man who has set aside all concepts of morality in search of knowledge.
This character's so cool, but I think they're hard
himself,
to play.
He received a vision concerning a prophecy, that a fair-haired man who rivals the gods in both strength and beauty will unite the warring kingdoms under one banner and bring an end to the people's suffering, and that this man could be found in the dungeons of Fear and Hunger.
Did you think this was a girl?
But why him, thinks Enki, and not me? And so he has his fellow priests cut him down from the cross so that he can seize the reins of destiny. The guards pose little threat to Enki. The Dark Priest is physically frail.
The characters
but his
are
blood magic
bland?
Can burn their heads
Kind
from
of.
their shoulders and stuff the souls of the departed back into their corpses.
They have basic things that they do and want.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He makes his way to the libraries at the upper level, which are stocked with everything from children's fairy tales to tomes of arcane knowledge. He also meets with other men of the cloth, who tell him much before they die. Eventually, he discovers a secret passage
Watching
leading
this
to a
right after
secluded
asking you to
courtyard.
put. I'm not telling you to
Here,
put stuff in your.
bunny masks,
Oh.
naked revelers who have completely
Are they gonna
lost
block
themselves
this
in a
out?
never-ending
Yes,
ritual,
they will.
invite passers-by to join them, seeming oblivious to the surrounding chaos.
Yeah.
Doing so will increase one's connection to Sylvian, the god of love and creation, but comes with the risk of forgetting everything and becoming a permanent part of the ritual. Fear and Hunger's gods fall into two camps, the old gods and the new. While worship of the
Very
two
good
is not
image
mutually
to put on.
exclusive, Enki's interest extends primarily to the former. The old gods have existed since before time and created the world and everything in it.
So cool, though.
Their power is immense and unparalleled and freely available to any with the will to wield it, so long as they can pay the proper price. We're initially introduced to 4 of the old gods. There are others, though some are obscure or at least initially irrelevant. Grogroth, the destroyer of men, despite embodying death and decay, is not a
good
malicious
censorship.
god. Rather, his role is to clear space for new things to flourish and grow. His followers receive fearsome attack magic and the ability to create and control the undead.
Whoa.
It's said that he's a curious god, frequently walking the earth in the guise of a mortal. Sylvian, his antithesis and wife, is the god of
Sylvian
creation,
is the coolest
fertility,
in my
and love.
opinion.
It was she who created humanity, but eventually she came to realize that her creations could never love her like she loved them, and she has since grown distant. Regardless, her followers can still tap into potent healing magic. The god of the depths is a little-known entity worshipped by the desperate and forgotten. It has dominion over
gonna
vermin
be a lot
and
of
carrion
censors.
birds, and unsurprisingly,
It's a brutal
influence
game.
is strong within the dungeons.
It's brutal.
For millennia, the old gods held sway over the world, which was dominated by the cruelty of the strong.
The cruel
But just
god.
over 15 centuries ago, a man named Al-Mur was born to a virgin mother in the holy city of Jataya. He gathered 12 apostles and traveled the land, spreading teachings of a new world order. Eventually, the sultans and kings of the eastern sanctuaries, threatened by his growing influence, executed him by crucifixion. This would prove to be their undoing, as upon dying, Al-Mur achieved divinity, joining the ranks of the old gods and sparking an uprising that saw the corrupt rulers slain. Thus began a new era,
I love the art
with
in this
Al-Mur
game,
becoming
too.
the primary figure of worship and his teachings becoming the basis for the laws of many of the
I
kingdoms
freaking
of the
love
world.
stained glass art so much.
But as with the gods who had come before him, Al-Mur's influence began to fade, and the great kingdoms which had prospered under his teachings crumbled over the centuries. In the 9th century, a new pantheon came to prominence. Though it failed to push Al-Mur out of favor in the Western world, its deities would once again create a new world order. These gods were called the Endless, the Enlightened, the Dominating, and the Tormented. And their influence, more direct and personal than the gods who'd come before them, would bring humanity out of antiquity and into the Middle Ages. This is inarguably a little confusing, which may be why Haveranen has provided Al-Mur.
This is so cool.
An obvious analog for Christ as a way to orient ourselves. In real life, Christianity brought the world away from the monolithic and implacable gods of the pagan world to something more relatable.
This has to do with the game, I swear.
Like many things of Fear and Hunger, this is a polarizing creative decision,
I
which
choose the
nonetheless
booby
serves a
lady.
useful narrative purpose. The role Jesus plays in real-life Christianity is quite similar to Al-Mur in the story.
So stupid.
By making humanity the central focus of a religion, rather than the forces of nature, people are better able to relate to the divine. The same can be said of religions like Islam or Buddhism. These faiths are very different from each other, and this is a gross oversimplification, but all three seek to pass down a system of morality via an aspirational central figure who best exemplifies the belief system. In contrast, most ancient religions, especially Old World paganism,
The mystery of the
tend to use their gods
Druids!
as a way to explain the world around them. Thunder is the sound of Thor's hammer.
Have you seen that
the tide
Mandalore
moves
video?
by the will of Poseidon. These implacable entities may love humanity, but they are remote and in many ways unknowable. So the old gods, including Al-Mur, are clear allusions to real-world religion. What is harder to see is exactly how the new gods play into things. Only 2 of our protagonists are religious, and while one follows all of the old
They
gods,
look
the other
ugly.
is a devout worshipper of Al-Mur, and from her we learn that this is still the dominant religion in Rondon. In the dungeons, we find only a single statue of the new gods, while the old gods are venerated everywhere. So who are they, and how did they bring about a new world order?
Watched it too many times.
So much
good.
of this game is inspired by Kentaro Miura's Berserk, and
Could
the idea
you
of a
see
quartet
it?
of shadowy figures
Can
who
you
remake the world
imagine?
without ever stepping into center stage is likely drawn from the God Hand, who operate in a similar fashion.
Wow. I know that!
Outlander comes from the kingdom of Oldegard, a frigid land to the north that produces advanced ships and sturdy warriors. At a young age, he joined an expedition across the Western Ocean to the continent of Vinland. Hoping
this
to
one's
find
my
treasure,
favorite.
The crew only met with madness.
Okay.
The entire continent was under the
I think Vikings and stuff are so freaking cool. Like I always forget that like that was like a legitimate thing. Like the Vikings were real, like they were legitimate. Like sometimes I think in my head I'm like, I don't know, I forget those things were real and existed. Like if you really think about it, it almost seems like Vikings shouldn't exist. Like they're like on par with like dragons. But then you think about it, maybe dragons were real because there's so many depictions of them. You ever think about that? You ever also think about how like tigers and lions are going extinct? And soon that later on they're gonna be like, those never existed, just like dragons. So maybe dragons are real. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Of the god of the depths, blanketed in an unnatural...
But I think the Loch Ness Monster is real, and I think he's out there. So that's another thing.
Darkness that infected the minds of the crew and nearly drove them all to kill each other. Ragnvaldr was one of the few to escape, and all the expedition had to show for its effort was a strange artifact, the Cube of the Depths.
Bigfoot is just a hairy man.
A mercenary group known as the Knights of the Midnight Sun struck deep into Oldegard in search of the cube. Once again, Ragnvaldr survived, but his wife and son did not. It may be that Ragnvaldr's tormented soul is the source of his unhappy luck, seemingly keeping him alive only to further his suffering. Shortly after returning from Oldegard with the cube, the Knights of the Midnight Sun would take part in a coup against the monarch of Rondon, an act which ended in failure, with the knights and their leader,
Do you know where Rondon is? Do you know what it is?
And so Ragnvaldr pursues him, intent on avenging his family and reclaiming the cube. Armed with a bow, he can damage enemies before engaging in combat, and he boasts the highest attack power of the four protagonists, allowing him to excel in melee combat as well.
I was so stupid when I played.
Footsteps, only stopping to strike down a guard and pick up a weapon or two.
I think he's the
coolest. He encounters signs of the same influence that corrupted Vinland, a hateful darkness that takes root in the land and slowly begins to propagate. This door was sealed until recently, when someone dispelled the magical lock. Inside, Ragnvaldr finds a hexen table, a special altar built to channel divine power. While the man has little use for gods, old or new, he knows he'll need better weaponry to deal with the evil that lurks in this place.
I'm so bad at this game.
Atop the table and passes a soul stone over it, imbuing it with a powerful curse. Darst Catalyst is Legard's closest lieutenant.
She's
Once
cool.
a holy knight of Rondon, she grew disillusioned with the greed of the nobility, who spoke of religious ideals while sending their armies to pillage and conquer for personal gain. Charmed by Legard's charisma and ability, she left her order to join his company of mercenaries, the Knights of the Midnight Sun. The company made quite a name for itself,
I wish I was a
and in
knight.
time, Darst realized she had fallen in love with her captain. When his rebellion failed and he was captured, she decided to risk everything on a solo rescue mission. Despite being second in command, Darst bears the dominating soul, which has a tendency to draw people to her, but also to blind her to her own flaws. She makes her way through the eastern side of the dungeon, fighting past the guards until she reaches the cells on the 3rd level. But Legard isn't here, only a scruffy Easterner who introduces himself as Kahara. He seems happy to be released, but as soon as she turns her back on him, he's gone, and her purse feels a little lighter. Darst decides to head up to the 1st floor, traveling through a sewer heaped with rotting corpses along a river of knee-deep blood.
Yummy.
It seems preposterous that so many people could have met their end here. Even as large as this place is, the cells could never have held them all. It would seem that Rondon's non-stop warfare has been fueling this place with fresh victims for whatever abominable rituals are taking place here.
There's a lot of cool fan art from this game, by the way.
Finding her way out of the blood pit, Darst manages to surprise Torture, the torturer with the world's unlikeliest name. Despite his threats, she easily dispatches the frail little man. Not far down the hall, she discovers the person she'd been looking for, Lord Ludwig Buckman, the Crown Prince of Rondon.
Wow.
Buckman is part of an adventuring party that arrived here a few days prior, and he's already beginning to snap. Though the man would have been Darst's enemy on the battlefield, the politics of the outside world hardly seem relevant now. She invites him to join her, but he's too frightened to explore the darkness any further. Fair enough. Legard isn't in the torture chambers either, but she does find somebody else. Locked in a small cage like an animal, a little girl in a ratty black dress cowers away from the torchlight. She's clearly been here for a very long time. She won't, or can't, speak, but the knight's heart is moved by the pitiful sight. She quickly unlocks the cage and coaxes her out. No place is safe in the dungeon. Letting an innocent child remain here would be unconscionable, and leaving is impossible, so the only choice is to bring her along. There's no telling what horrors the girl has seen or experienced here, but Darst can offer one small comfort. There was a strange little doll back in Kahara's cell. It's a creepy-looking thing, and the fact that it bears a passing resemblance to the guard is unsettling. But the girl is astonished to receive it, as though the simple gesture is the first kindness she's received in a very long time.
Aww.
The circular stairs that descend into the lower levels of the prison are locked up tight. If the guard is still alive, he must be held down there. So there's only one way to go. Kahara finds that the mists still prevent his escape. He's just about given up on his goal. No prize is worth what he's already experienced, and only torment and death await below. All he has to do is bide his time and flee with whatever he can once the weather turns. The knight's purse is a good start, but surely there's something else here.
No, get away!
The elevator carries Darcy and her little companion down to an impossibly vast cavern. Cave gnomes, gnarled little gremlins that attack anything they can find with their sharp teeth, flit around like bats in the dark, and their rancid eggs litter the floor.
Ew.
The cave mother is deceptively easy. Attacking its chest will stop the cave gnomes from showing up.
You just cut her
it's usually
tits
just
off.
faster to destroy the wings, as this will end the battle no matter how many adds there are.
If you cut her tits off, she can't feed her babies. The little girl is not an effective fighter,
but she can use items as well as anybody else, including throwing knives. In short order, the pair send the monster plummeting to its apparent doom.
Sad.
Nursing their wounds, they continue through the dark until they spot what
That's
Darcy mistakes to be a man.
That's true.
Pocket Cat is a children's fairy tale.
Pocket Cat!
A Krampus-like figure who steals bad little boys and girls away from their homes, stuffing them into sacks and taking them away where they'll never see their parents again. He's a tall, thin figure with dapper clothing and yellow eyes that shine behind his wooden mask. His hand moves in his pocket as he leers at the girl. He greets the two with cheerful courtesy and makes Darcy an offer.
Not for nothing, but it hurts like a bitch when somebody hits your chest area as a woman. I've had a whole soccer ball kicked into my chest and I fall over.
Like a toothpick.
Hurts.
Though she says nothing, the girl is clearly frightened of
But I think that would hurt anybody's chest,
Darcy
no?
is not tempted in the slightest. She politely declines, and though Pocket Cat seems disappointed, he gives her a pleasant goodbye. Beyond the caverns, the pair are surprised to discover what appears to be a mine. Tracks have been laid for carts and stone hauled out of the tunnels in great quantities. But the work has clearly been hasty.
I like soccer.
Liberal use of explosives and a lack of regard for safety have led to the caverns collapsing in places, blocking off tunnels and making it even more of a claustrophobic labyrinth. Darcy's no miner, but to the untrained eye, none of this looks like ore. It's all just stone. So what were they digging for?
If I had more padding, you're right.
The pair continue on, sneaking past a meditating man garbed in yellow, and eventually coming to a strange village populated by subterranean humanoids.
My God.
The creatures seem peaceful enough, but the place is littered with human bones piled up in homage to some dark god, suggesting they may be more fearful than friendly.
I'll tell you my funny story before we get back into this. Yes, I used to play soccer, and I was always the smallest person ever. Like, in soccer, every single time, I was the shortest, I was the smallest. And one time, I was playing soccer, and I got to be the goalie, and somebody kicked a soccer ball directly into my face, and I fell back. And I remember that. And then they had to tell me to chill, because I kept, grabbing the ball. Like, not grabbing with my hands, but, I was pretty good at taking the ball from people, and I was good at getting through defense. If they're like, you need to not, you need to give some space for other people to play. I remember hearing that a little, but maybe I was just a little too aggressive. I was really into soccer when I was little. Yeah. Yeah.
At the edge of the village, a great chasm yawns open.
They mistook me for the ball.
Into infinite darkness. A narrow precipice bridges
Feral
a gap
child.
to the lips and teeth of some enormous monster. A sight that makes
I had to make up for my height.
She leads the girl away, but stops to check a nearby hut. Upon a profane altar rests the prize that the Knights of the Midnight Sun claimed from their campaign in Oldegard. It is the Cube of the Depths, the guard's prized trophy. If this is here, he can't be far.
Oh, the cube. Oh, it's the water girl. No. I was a tomboy when I was a kid, yeah.
And as she steps out of the makeshift temple, one of the nearby dwellers raises the hue and cry. The commotion sets off the entire village, and they descend on the knight with rocks and spears. Already wounded, she manages to slay only a few before she's knocked down.
It's kind of like Hellraiser, I think,
the girl tries to intervene, and though the dwellers scarcely lay a finger on her, she's too small to be of any help.
She helped me in my playthrough, I think.
Ragnavaldur passes through a courtyard populated by a mindless cult of bunny masks, and a man who claims to be turning into a butterfly.
Thank you for the recommendation.
He leaves them in peace and comes to an unnatural-looking tree, which appears to have grown around a few fresh corpses. A hollow in its trunk leads into a bizarre chamber formed entirely out of roots and vines. He finds that by pressing the walls in places, he can open new passageways, and the floor has weakened, permitting him access to lower levels. The influence of the darkness is strong here. Frail shapes with bloated heads wander back and forth, murmuring nonsense to themselves. Surely these were people once, driven mad by the god of the depths.
You can go past a lot of things in
Only
this
one
game.
place is free of the corruption, a bare spot where a sword has been plunged into the ground. Despite an ominous sensation, the Outlander grips the eastern blade and pulls it free.
I love the music.
It has been here battling the darkness alone for a very long time, but now it will have an ally. He is immediately attacked by the specter of its former owner, who wordlessly motions for him to return the blade. But it won't do to leave the weapon here, nor to let its former owner remain chained in torment. He strikes the spirit with his cursed blade, severing its ties to this world and speeding it on to its final reward. With the assassin specter's blessing and his new blade in hand, the Outlander continues downward, hoping to honor the man's memory by using his blade to continue the war against the darkness.
I'm cracking my neck. YouTube is showing you the succinct part? Oh, YouTube moment. Sorry.
Further down, he encounters a gigantic heart pulsating among the vines. Without hesitation, he plunges his blade into it and moves ever deeper.
Classic YouTube. Very cool. Love that. Viking use a katana is cool as yes, it is, right? Sorry, I get excited.
Dropping down yet another hole, the Outlander finds himself in a catacomb swarming with biting insects.
His legs. I hope he's okay. Song name? Is this Baby Metal? Shut up, dummy. Shut up.
Here, he finds another heart and destroys it. He must be close to his prey now. He can feel it.
He can walk it off. Yeah, he's pretty strong.
Kahara comes across an unexpected sight. A village of some sort of cave people. They flee from his torchlight, but make no motion to harm him. The knight who freed him lies half-conscious on the floor as one of the cave dwellers tries to bash her head in with a rock.
Jesus.
He wants to leave her. The cave people haven't been bothering him, and there's no reason to get involved. But something in him just can't. He slips his sword from his belt and rushes in to help.
When you...
The troglodyte...
When you see the troglodyte... Oh my god, his butt is out. His butt. When you see... It's like Legend of Zelda, when like they have the eyeball as the target. In Fear and Hunger, they have a pretty basic target, but it's not the right one. But every single time, you want to go for that target. And you know what I'm talking about no matter what. But, you know, it's pretty obvious.
Falls before it can finish her off, but its death cry is answered by hoots and growls from the others. As always, no good deed can go unpunished. To the mercenary's surprise, a small child emerges from the dark and clings to Darce, trying to help her up. Somehow, she wasn't harmed by the cave dwellers.
Always.
The knight, battered and bruised but still in one piece, gives Kahara her emphatic thanks, being profoundly shamed by her near-death experience. The trio decide to flee the now hostile village by dropping down a mine shaft,
Barbie doll,
where they are shocked to discover a group of men and women in wolf masks, gorging themselves on each other's flesh. They draw their blade, but the cannibals pay them little mind. Darce recoils in horror, but Kahara immediately understands what has happened.
The wolves.
This must be what remains of Captain Rudimer's expedition. They came down to eliminate the source of evil plaguing the upper dungeons, and instead they fell victim to it. Starvation drove them to cannibalism, and cannibalism to Grogeroth. Like the bunny masks, they've lost their minds to the ecstasy of the feast. The ritual will last until its final celebrant has devoured themselves. Nobody stops them as they leave, moving blindly through the caverns until they once again find cart tracks to follow. Kahara swears he sees a figure following them, but the other two can't make anything out. Before long, the tracks come to an end, and the rough stone of the mines is replaced with pavement and masonry. It's the dungeon!
This game is too freaking hard. I don't blame them for, like, not recording the proper stuff.
Swarms of vermin crawl across the floor, biting and stinging the three as they follow Darce, who practically sprints down the hall, heedless of the split-open heart bulging out of the floor or the dead guard in the hall. She follows a trail of blood to a barred door, and beyond.
Yeah, this game is hard as fuck.
His throat has been cut. All of this was for nothing. If only Darce had been faster.
It is fun to play, though. I won't lie.
She falls to her knees,
It is exciting.
sobbing. The girl can only stare at him with an uncanny look of recognition, tears on her cheeks. Kahara scoffs. All this for nothing. He can't help but be annoyed by the dead man. What was any of this even for? Eventually, Darce pulls herself together to leave, but as she does, she encounters a strange man, who comments on Lagarde's importance and how unexpected it is that he didn't make it. He gestures at a dark corridor, suggesting the three give it a look. After all, Lagarde came here for a reason.
They'd been
Lagarde's fate is decided simply by how quickly you can reach him. Sleeping, fighting, having a dalliance with the bunny masks.
It is timed.
None of that matters.
It is timed.
If the time on your file is under 30 minutes, the man is alive.
It's timed.
If it's over, he's dead.
This game's fucking hard.
Which is the canon outcome is a matter of debate. But due to the...
I'll just read this for you real quick. Ending C would seem to be canon, except Termina confirms it does not go as well in the end card. Per dialogue with August, whose ending group between animation, to me suggests there's something between Dars. This game is a little convoluted. And C is canon. There's probably not a real answer either works. I personally prefer the interpretation as it gives Dars more agency in the story. Believe what you want and remember Sylvian loves you. So basically, like, saying that, like, if this guy survived. There's so much.
Mutual exclusivity of certain confirmed canon events if things go otherwise. Lagarde's death would seem to be the likely.
The names are very complicated. It's hard for me to remember, and I've watched like a lot of lore stuff.
The dungeons are sacred to the old faith, a nexus where the barrier between worlds
I'm not good
thin.
at reading to people. My brain works too fast.
It is said to be one of the last places where a man may meet his creators, and according to the priests who now lie strewn about their altar, a ritual is underway to bring about paradise. What exactly that means is uncertain, but Lagarde was supposed to be
cameo in this. Hey. Hey.
Enki digs around the corpse pile until he pulls his prize free. A severed head. The funny dancing men are yellow mages, cultists of this head, the great wizard Nasra, who are here to do their master's bidding. Or they were until Enki killed them. The floating head can't help but laugh at his moxie, and once Enki explains that he had a vision that enlightenment awaits him in the depths, Nasra agrees to take him on as a pupil. Nasra is a fantastic party member. He's also incredibly foul-mouthed and will roast, sometimes literally, the hell out of a lot of the characters that you encounter. Hundreds of years ago, Nasra was known as the doom and terror of modern man. He's a villainous wizard in the mold of Vecna or Abdul al-Hazred, and though he and his cult venerate Grogroth,
so no
it's
head?
entirely transactional.
You gotta make that joke every time.
In serving only insofar as it advances their aims, hating all gods and kings but themselves.
Only head?
As he wanders the cavern, smashing gnome eggs, he hears the snarl of a cave wolf.
Yes, the cave wolf!
The six-eyed creature has a mouthful of razor teeth, but the Outlander senses a certain nobility in her bearing. She's a creature of the dark, but unlike so many others, she's held on to her sanity. He throws her some old meat, and in short order, the two are the best of friends. He names
I'm so stupid I killed her
and the two
at
travel the
first.
caverns, striking down evil and marking their territory wherever they go. The cave mother, as it turns out, survived its encounter with Dars. Wingless, it charges Ragnvaldr in the dark, but he strikes it down with a single stroke of his eastern sword. Near the village of the dwellers, they encounter the salmon snake.
Back. Oh, this is such a scary encounter.
Ragnvaldr distracts it with a few of the remaining gnome eggs, while Moonless gets into position and tears out its eye. Blinded, the creature is no match for eastern steel.
It's so hard to hit it too,
easy, especially if you have two party members. If you have a soul stone, killing it will grant the salmon snake's soul, an accessory that prevents bleeding and limb loss. The pair eventually bump into Enki and Nasra at the home of an alchemist who has taken up residence in the caverns.
Partied up.
While the Outlander is initially skeptical, Nasra has a plan that's simply too good to pass up. Kahara follows along after Dars as she approaches the great doors.
I like how the game allows you to have a pair of horrible deformed monsters as party members. That's just like Lisa as well, technically, right?
This had to mean something. The doors
no, you
swing
can't
open,
have mutants.
Revealing a much older set of catacombs with unfamiliar architecture.
It's all sex.
The undead a multi-armed insect creature before finding their way through, only to discover something impossible. There's an entire city buried down here. Though the place is shrouded in darkness and fallen into ruin,
whose head is better?
It's Mahad.
Who's getting the best head?
A place where people wander in their dreams.
Simon Theodore or whatever the fuck is it? Who's getting the best head?
A large, hairy creature dragging a half-dead
I played
knight
Lisa,
away into the
yes.
darkness. Kahara gets a sinking
Big
feeling
fan of
in his
Lisa,
stomach as he
actually.
once again finds himself playing hero. The monster speaks briefly about needing to capture
the Lord of the
people for its
Flies.
master, but the dumb brute
What's
doesn't
that a
remember
reference
who
to?
it serves or what its purpose is beyond that.
What could that be?
Soon, it lies dead on the cobbles. The knight is Jeanne. She's badly wounded and has lost an arm, but she's alive. Jeanne is a member of Lord Buckman's party. She was searching for Captain Rudimer when she fell in battle and was captured. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of the man, and one of the party, Sir Cyril, is still missing. If he could be found, what's left of Buckman's party could at least be reunited.
A lot of these names are references to like history
Jean is
stuff
gravely
too, if you haven't
wounded
noticed.
and unable to make the trip back to her group herself. Left alone, she would not survive.
SpongeBob.
Still, Darce refuses to turn back.
There's a lot of names here.
Kahara is finally forced to admit
Kahara's
that the
the
woman has
main
gone
one.
mad with grief, and he won't be able to convince her. But there's no reason to leave an innocent child with her. Supporting Jean with one arm, he takes the girl and leaves Darce to her lonely fate. Reunited, save for the missing Sir Cyril, Buckman's party begins to believe for the first time in days that there may still be hope for their expedition.
Wow.
Ragnvaldr listens as Enki discusses the riddle of the divine with his new friend Nosramus, a scholar and alchemist living deep in the mines. There's something otherworldly about the man, and he's as unsettling as he is kind. 800
Such
years
cool
ago, a group of 5 people known as the Fellowship, Francois, Nilvan, Valtiel, Ron Shambara, and a 5th member forgotten by history sought
Remember
Mahab,
these
the
names,
city of the
guys.
gods. The new world order
them.
established by the ascension of Almer had failed. The world was in chaos, and their intent was to
Kahara,
either
the kind of
entreat
guy to
the
be
old
unable
gods
to
for
eat without
aid,
YouTube.
or do what Almer had done and become gods themselves.
Shut up.
They fought their way into the city, chasing off the servants of the old gods and eventually claiming the throne for themselves. But,
Wait!
as Nazra will attest,
I didn't put the subtitles. I'm so stupid. Kill me.
they did not become real gods. Their ascension
I
would
didn't
provide them
notice
great
this whole
longevity
time.
and fantastic powers, but they'd been duped,
I love Worm Girl.
and they weren't even
Very
the
good
first ones
channel.
to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Mahab is a place where mortals seeking power have gone for centuries, only to be blinded, overwhelmed, and ultimately enslaved by it, carrying out the bidding of the old gods even as they thought they were replacing them. Once ascended, the Fellowship did succeed in bringing about a new world order, manipulating world events to shape human affairs according to their desires, but this age was fragile and only a little better than the last. Eventually, it too would fall to chaos as the feudal age crumbled under the stress of plague and warfare. Nosramus was the 5th member of the Fellowship, and he hands Enki a trinket, something to remind himself of who and what he is, a soul anchor should he ever face the divine.
What?
Leaving Nosramus to his studies, the 2 men, the floating head, and the cave wolf make their way to the catacombs and are surprised to find the doors to Mahab open. The ruined streets are quiet, and save for a few signs of violence, they see no one.
I didn't even get to like near
Ragnvaldr
here.
is shocked to discover that the cube of the depths has been left in the slot on this machine. He reaches out to touch it, and with a flash of green light, the 4 find themselves above ground, the city of Mahab spread out around them in all its former splendor.
Isn't this crazy? Such
The
a cool looking
sun
game.
offers no heat as it beats down on the golden city, and the townspeople are no more than shadows. This feels more like an illusion than the real thing. Or perhaps it's a little bit of both.
So no body?
They head down the streets of the past.
Yeah, this game's fucking
scaling a tower
hard. I
that
doubt you'll
eventually
get to
takes
this
them
part,
a
I'm
chamber
sorry.
with a large bed.
You're a bit
As though
lost.
compelled by the hazy atmosphere,
It's a lot.
they doze off and are overwhelmed with an intense shared dream.
Go to sleep.
This is the capital city of Rondon. In contrast to Mahab's gilded towers, it's a muddy, miserable place, and something about it feels warped and alien.
No maidens?
Finding themselves in a brothel, they witness an interaction between a man named Kahara and a woman named Celeste.
Whoa!
Celeste is a sex worker, and it turns out she's pregnant.
Whoa!
Though Kahara has always prized his freedom above everything else, for once he feels compelled to take responsibility. There's a job, he says, and it's dangerous. But it pays enough that the 2 could leave their uncertain occupations and settle down to raise a family together.
A what
Celeste
worker?
worries for Kahara's
Sex.
safety, but she knows better than to try talking him out of it.
Pregnant?
The vision fades. The 2 were only phantoms, a part of the dream.
It's all part of a
They
dream.
next find Enki crucified, not for any crime, but rather out of ennui. It's a ritual sacrifice. The man has learned all that he can through his studies and found nothing, so he consigns himself to Almer. But at the last minute, he sees a vision. The new
Ultrasound
gods
stream
whisper in his
when?
ear. What he seeks can be found in the depths, and so he has his priests release him, and he's gone. Not far away, the very same priests claim that salvation is coming. Stepping over a few plague victims, the group leaves by the gate and find themselves in a familiar battlefield in Oldegard. A pit grows in Ragnvaldr's stomach as he watches himself on that awful day when he came home to discover that the Knights of the Midnight Sun had massacred the people of his village, who fought to the last to protect the cube he now carries. Within the Outlander's home, they find only inky blackness and an old woman spinning thread. After a moment, she explodes into movement, her body unfolding into some kind of articulated murder machine.
So cool looking. Wow.
They manage to dispatch the skin granny and are confronted with a final pair of visions. The guard, who believes that he has prophesied to bring about a new age, and Darce, who, despite her doubts, is willing to place her faith in her beloved and whatever he's planning. A half-nude woman descends toward the group, radiating brilliant white light. She is Nilvan the Endless, one of the new gods. She tells them that the time of the new gods is at an end, and that mankind was unable to break free from the old gods' influence. Something bigger and better is required.
I made it through 5, not even 5%, I think.
She asks that the group agree to see her child, a girl lost somewhere in the dungeon, to safety, down into the heart of darkness. She trusts her own soul to the men, hoping they can use it to accomplish what the Fellowship could not.
Just flapping around as it was meant to be.
They certainly haven't seen or heard of any child, but in an instant, Legard's plan is made clear. Legard must have intended to gather the souls of the 4 new gods in the hopes of combining them with his own, creating something more than they were in his ascent. To Nasra, the idea seems patently moronic. It would mean climbing into the trap that the old gods had laid for ambitious men and expecting that this time, it was going to be different. Regardless, Ragnvaldr saw to it that no such thing would happen, and now, Enki and Nasra both see an opportunity before them.
What are you talking about? You'll regret it later? What are you gonna do?
For Nasra, this is just desserts.
If you put a bra on, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
As it turns out, was a new god. The Fellowship thought they were the first, but this too is a lie. The old gods have kept new gods as pawns for a very long time now. And just as Nasra outwitted Betel and stole his title, so too was he deposed by the Fellowship. The wizard now exists as an agent of chaos. I don't know how people
get through one battle.
Glad for the chance to tear down the phony pillars of order while also exacting his revenge.
That's an ugly little creature.
They proceed to the Grand Library, a palatial storehouse of knowledge populated by strange, artificial beings created by Valtiel, the Enlightened One. They try to fashion a new body for Nasra, but Valtiel's cloning devices result only in imperfect husks. As with many other things, the true secrets of creation remain hidden to the new gods. Valtiel himself is found in the depths of the library. He plunges off a deep ledge only to arise as a gigantic head that incessantly questions the group as they fend off its magical attacks.
I study at the
thing is dead, and the soul of the Enlightened is theirs.
Oh, that reminds me. I want to show you this banger image that I saw today. I really have to show you. It's really important. I wanted to post it on Twitter, but I thought I would get in trouble with management. But I saw this fucking picture and I lost my mind. I actually lost my mind. That's all. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all.
To ever achieve anything like the power or understanding of the old gods. A stern warning to Enki and a source of smug satisfaction for Nasra. Next, they track Ron Shambara, now known as the Tormented One, to an elaborate prison. By creating a clone husk and sacrificing it, they're able to summon the Tormented One from its pool of blood.
This is unarchived anyway, who cares?
This is a 2-stage fight.
So somebody...
The first form is straightforward, but in the second stage,
mind.
Ron will hook himself up to this gyroscope thing. He does massive damage, and you need to attack the outer wheels to make the inner body vulnerable.
This is definitely a Hellraiser
sinks
thing.
Into the pool, released from centuries of unknowable torment, and the group adds his soul to their collection. Now, only one god remains.
Don't.
They mow through a grisly collection of monsters in search of Francois, the dominating one, and find him in the present day, overseeing his kennel.
So cool.
But rather than the vicious warlord they'd imagined, he's a worn-out old man, well aware that he's been cozened.
I like this guy's design a lot.
He's astonished to see Nasra in the few seconds he gets before he's incinerated.
I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
But his soul is not found among the ashes. If the Fellowship is to truly be defeated, then the group must face Francois in the past, at the height of his power.
Isn't this crazy as fuck?
There's a little room in Mahab where one can visit the Hall of the Gods. Here, we learn what becomes of them when they retire. They're relinquished to this room to sit, talk, and ponder eternity, no longer able to influence the world.
I just want to say, this scenery is so cool. God, this game is so fucking cool. I love the scenery in this. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like, look at this. Look, it's super intricate. There's actually a lot more to this than this one video. This is like the basic story, but there's a lot more to the game.
Yeah. They answer questions, and they really have a lot to say about a surprising number of subjects. This has been criticized as telling.
How was it? What was that? He's from Finland.
Very little information here that couldn't be inferred from the game proper.
He's Finnish, so that explains it.
Place to clarify things one might have missed, or to have your lore theories confirmed.
I only have one more video queued up
about Nasra while he's still in your party.
We're not gonna watch too much. What? Are you not gonna read it? Maybe you can hear me swallow. God, this is so cool. I guess just read it, as I don't know. I don't know. There's just not talking. So I can't read that fast. So he just dies. And that's what happened. Video's not muted. This is Yume Nikki music. It's a burnt god. This dude rules.
All that remains is to confront Francois at the throne.
You fucked them up.
This time, it's not so easy. The Francois of the past has no idea the snare he's caught in and fights like hell to preserve his dominion.
Not today. Look at him. He's just a torso. He's a golden god. He's like Dennis from Always Sunny. He's the golden god.
But eventually, the three triumph, and he lies broken on the floor. Now carrying all
the boss designs are sick as fuck.
The throne. Nasra predated Valtiel, and Betel came before that. It's unlikely that he was the first. The time-shifting devices mean that anyone who comes to this place seeking the throne, no matter when they do it, can arrive at this moment in the year 809. To the outside world, there's only been one set of new gods, but having met the alumni and visited the Great Hall, their numbers are clearly innumerable. Every so often, things get bad enough that someone comes here and does this all over again, putting themselves in a time loop and ensuring that eventually their divine tenure will be removed
you
from
understand
the
what's going on,
somebody
right?
else shows up to replace them. And the nature of entropy is that sooner or later, this
you
happens
get what's
no
going
matter
on.
what.
Yeah, you understand.
Some writings suggest that the first new gods ascended centuries prior. Nasra's legacy certainly wasn't excised from history, and he maintains a cult to this day. So, what exactly is going on here? For Enki, leaving would mean turning his back on the biggest leap forward he could ever take. It wouldn't do to come this far and not try it. The Dark Priest ignores Nasra's warnings and sits on the throne. He finds himself alone in the void, a barren world far from his own. Its surface of barren gray stone is lit from within by a ghastly green glow. This place is what the new gods call the other side of the coin, the realm of the old gods. Here, in the presence of their power,
I just want to mention, like, not wanting to record more footage. Like, it's so funny. It's like, just pretend like this, okay? Because, like, I don't want to go through it.
Depending on who joins
it's hard.
You
It's
might learn
hard.
more about it.
Like,
Roger
saying
Valder
though.
has apparently been surviving here for a very long time.
It's
but
hard.
We've just arrived. If you bring Lagarde, he says it's been a century
It
since
is
he
hard.
sat on the
It's
throne,
so
but
hard.
somehow only an eye blink for you.
Muzikashi.
The void exists outside of human understanding, and probably outside of time itself. This is Elder God business, and it's likely the source of all the timeline confusion. We aren't really meant to gain a complete understanding of Fear and Hunger's divinity.
No.
Understanding would diminish the mystery. So the best you can do is pick your favorite theory. I'm fond of the single time loop, but it might actually be the case that something much more chaotic is happening.
There's so much happening.
Confusion here also serves to eliminate some of the narrative pressure imposed by the canon that will be established in the sequel. If we're dealing with a time machine and an unknowable dimension outside of time, there's lots of room for multiple interpretations of this game's events to play out.
It makes so much sense.
In any case, Enki eventually finds his divine reflection, and in a moment he experiences centuries of divinity. In 809 AD, 8 centuries before his mortal birth,
the more
he becomes a new god.
The more that you can understand the lore, the better the lore is, just like
Kingdom
Kingdom Hearts,
power
right?
And wisdom shepherded humanity out of antiquity, through the Dark Ages and into the medieval age. All the power is there, waiting to snare and shackle him in the same repetitive cycle that has come countless times before, waiting to excise him from the timeline and keep all of humanity locked in a loop, a temporal prison to match the physical one which has become so familiar to the priest. But Enki has come prepared. He feels the soul anchor that Nosramus gave him, a reminder of who and what he is, and he turns away. Enki witnesses his own divinity, but he does not take that poison prize. Instead, he returns to the world, to his own time.
Look at him.
Not a god, but
pretty
one step
boy,
closer
pretty
to true
boy.
enlightenment, which he has learned is not a destination, but a path without
It's my
end.
male wife.
He, Nasra, and Ragnvaldr part ways.
That's my male wife that
The
does the
unlikely
cooking and
trio
the
have each
cleaning
found
while I
fulfillment in
work
their
my
quest.
construction job.
Lagard and his plans are in ruins, the new gods are dead, and Enki has been transformed by his brush with divinity.
Hey, he's got
Like
nice
Nosramus,
eyes.
who has dwelled in the caverns for centuries, he has become something more than human. Rather than
What
turning
you got those
inward,
big lips
Enki
for?
uses his wisdom for the betterment of humanity.
Yeah.
The Dark Priest was already a respected scholar, but his treatises on the divine, known as skin Bibles, will go on to become the definitive works of religious scholarship in the coming centuries. Something has chased Kahara and the girl into the caverns, and he's beginning to think he knows what it is. The Crow Mauler is all that remains of Captain
The
Rudimer,
crow!
who stood up to the darkness
The
and lost his mind.
crow!
And though he's managed to blind it with a vial of acid, the monster is relentless in pursuing him, as if trying to drive the pair
The
somewhere.
crow god. Why is
With
that
nowhere
bird
left
so
to
hot?
run, the pair take a leap off the edge of a precipice, tumbling into the open maw of some dead or sleeping creature.
What?
The pair step out onto a pile of bodies, impossible in number. An entire kingdom lies dead beneath their feet. At least the Mauler
It's just like
hasn't pursued
Berserk.
them. But where are they?
Berserk. Berserk.
The girl walks to the edge of the abyss, and
Here it
Kahara
is.
begins to feel uneasy.
Here it is. You gotta see, you gotta see. This part's freaked up, this part's freaked up, this part's freaked up. Kick her off. You should.
The sensation grows until it's a gut-churning terror. It's coming from the girl.
The girl was in the cage for a reason?
She falls to the ground and screams, her little body twisting into impossible shapes. Kahara tries to help, but she's thrashing out of control. She recedes briefly into the dark and rapidly stretches and grows into something new and terrible.
Look.
The girl, child of Nilvan the Endless,
Are you
a
okay?
deity now stricken from existence, and Lagard, the dead subject of a failed prophecy, has ascended. Kahara knows
She's the
none
god
of
of
this,
fear and
but as he
hunger.
watches her protean body explode into different shapes, as he feels the pressure of burgeoning divinity, he realizes what he's looking at. This child, abandoned and trapped in a lifetime of terror and misery,
That's
has
crazy.
become the ultimate embodiment of all she's ever known. The god of fear and hunger is born.
I know, right? It's such a
God
cool
continues to
design.
grow and change, shifting from a representation of one little girl's misery to something more. Now she's a woman.
This
Now
is
she's a
cool.
cavernous moth,
Oof.
dozens of arms
So
reaching out as she comes to embody not just the suffering that she endured, but the suffering of others. Finally, the god settles on a faceless idol, abstract and
Yeah,
anonymous.
her name is actually the god
the
of fear
kind
and
of
hunger.
thing that anybody
Yes.
could see themselves in.
Yes. It is
Spends
like
a
cool
moment
as
gazing at the
fuck.
doll given to it by Dars, reflecting on the brief glimmer of kindness that the girl received in her last days. And then, it unleashes its divine energy on Kahara, who fights with everything he has. It isn't enough. It never could be. This is not one of the new gods. It's not a thing that can be fought. It's a concept
You
with the
flip
weight of
coins for
existence
everything.
behind it. To struggle against it is not difficult or even impossible. It's meaningless. But Kahara does struggle, and in struggling, he suffers. That is something the newborn god understands.
This is cool. I know. Isn't it? That's why I love this game. It gives me the chills a little. I know it's like this video is very convoluted and kind of boring, but it's like, it's so cool, right? Not. Shut up. This is such like the way the little girl changes and stuff. It's so cool. Oof. It's crazy.
she acknowledges him, and the weight of that acknowledgement crushes him instantly. Ragnvaldr goes on to become a legend,
he's
not
sexy.
among men, but among the monsters that prowl in the dark, who learn to fear the so-called god of ultraviolence. He travels the world with his faithful companion, hunting these creatures down for the rest of his days, until in many places, their existence is relegated to the stuff of fairy tales.
The god of
in the
ultraviolence.
laboratories of Mahab, sleepless and on the verge of psychosis, Darce learned a secret. She was no mage, but that's okay. Someone had already done most of the work for her. She even found Sir Cyril. He'd lost a little weight, but all he needed was a mind elixir and he was good to go. She could have left with him, but there was still more important work to do. Fragmented instructions here and there contained all that she needed to prepare the spell of rebirth. And now, as she spills her blood, she's easily able to perform the incantation, as if some divine hand is guiding her. Once, that might have set off alarm bells, but Darce is no longer the woman she was. Legard's corpse sheds its skin, and a creature made of their intermingled blood rises from what was left of the man, calling itself a god. In the depths of delusion, she still believes that this is her beloved, and that one day he might feel the same. She continues to serve as his lieutenant, but he seems to have forgotten his lofty dreams of a new era, becoming little more than a bloodthirsty warlord. And what of Nasra? He too would venture to the heart of darkness.
Just the head.
Though the old gods have left this world, their traces remain, and surely if he has the strength to defeat the new gods at the height of their power, he can challenge the traces of Grogroth. Ah well, nevertheless. Kahara's broken body lies on the alien plains of some unknown abyss, at the foot of the god of fear and hunger. He struggles to stand, but for some reason, he just can't. Celeste will never see Kahara again. She and her child will face the coming of a new age, unaware of the pivotal role that his sacrifice played. Fear and hunger is a being on par with the old gods. After centuries of struggling, mankind has gained a greater deity that understands and embodies the misery of human existence. She becomes the lash that drives industry, science, and commerce, and all their accompanying evils. Thus begins what will come to be known as the Cruel Age. These aren't the only stories found in Fear and Hunger, and they likely will not be the one that your playthrough tells. There are other gods to fight, other secrets to learn, and even if we're sticking to what Termina tells us is canon, there's a lot of wiggle room here, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Everyone will have a different experience with Fear and Hunger. I don't think there's any other RPG quite like it.
It's
the
so cool.
The ability for these disparate story threads to merely exist in this intertwined space feels miraculous in action. So what does Fear and Hunger actually have to say? There's some pretty dark stuff in the plot, and certainly more than I showed.
Kool-Aid.
And that's given it an undeserved reputation as some sort of try-hard edgelord game for sickos. People engaging in that kind of critique certainly have a point that these elements can be especially uncomfortable for some, and that players ought not to be blindsided with them. I think most people, though we'd all draw the line at a different point, might agree that gratuitous content can serve to glorify violent acts or diminish their seriousness, especially if they're handled carelessly. But something about the way that Fear and Hunger presents its content feels much more like commiseration than gratuity. Much like its titular deity, the game gets it. Life can be downright terrible, and one way or another, we all get a turn on the rack. Misery is something that everybody has in common, and by unabashedly embracing the darkness, these story elements can serve as a reminder that wherever you've been, somebody else has been there too.
So true.
Though the game is nowhere near as funny as its sequel, it does have its moments. The characters are simple, but they're fleshed out enough to care about. Enki, for instance, probably only has 10 or 12 lines in the entire game, but so much is suggested that it's not hard to imagine how he'd react to the bizarre situations your party runs into. The character art helps a lot with this. I mean, look at him. You know exactly what kind of guy this is.
I love how he looks.
Good. It's really, really good. I've said in a review that its sequel, Termina, might be a better entry point due to its polish, but I think the original has a lot of strengths that the sequel lacks. And its impenetrability might actually add to them.
I need to play the second one.
If Termina is a cut and polished diamond, the first game is a meteorite made out of solid gold that crashes into your house and takes your leg clean off. It's tough, yeah, but that's a one-of-a-kind experience. The game is less than $10 on Steam or itch.io. I really hope you'll check it out, or at least go hit up the sequel, which I've done a shorter, spoiler-free review on. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the dungeon.
Yeah. So that was I just want to mention that was What Actually Happens in Fear and Hunger by Worm Girl. I just want to mention, very good video. Very good video. Would you like to we can watch some videos real quick. No, the Cultist Simulator has its own unique Elders Pantheon if you want to deep dive in it. Sure, I'd love to look into that.
Straight gas and cutting straight to the bricks. Ha ha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. We smoking runts. Shorty got a BBL, took that shit out because she couldn't run. I had to do it to them, Snipe.
Snipe?
I went Judge Judy on that pussy, Snipe. I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm a demon. I have no loyalty for anyone. Never did, never will. Shorty chose to be with a demon. Sounds like her problem to me. Ha ha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. My money longer than James Cameron. On and off the court, straight
Snipe.
Fundamentals. No funny business. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Moving like Dracula, we get it back in blood. You see it? I really did this. I'm really him. Flip the whole brick into an empire. Stop playing with me. I have no sympathy. I live for this shit. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm nice with it.
I'm nice with it.
My money long. My pockets deep. No pocket watching in these parts. We straight gassing, cutting straight to the bricks. Chanel optics got me seeing shit.
That was Dracula for one.
That pussy.
Ah! Chill!
I'm moving.
Okay, we gotta watch the best one. I don't care about the second one, it's not that good. Straight to the bricks.
I'm moving different. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles in the bath. We smoking symbiotes. Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian Fur Burger Deluxe Mega Million Scratcher Skunk Bubba Kush. We smoking dung beetle. I'm on 12 Vicodins smoking on Scooby-Doo dick. We smoking Sequoia Banshee boogers. We snorting that good Buffalo Soldier Tamarind Jordanian jibbies. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him.
They forgot that I'm him.
That Burberry backwoods pack hitting that pussy smell like a Hellcat V8. We smoking shit in a glass pipe, blowing the Lord's bubbles. I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Broward County Tic Tacs. I'm on them Georgetown Geronimos. I'm on them Nashville Nibblers. I left my Margellas in the Benz truck. I'll have to stun on them next time. I don't give a fuck if I go blind.
I don't need to see the price tag
anyway. I'm high on 12 Jason Bournes, looking to beat the cum out of a thick, fresh oak. We smoking filtered crack, you stupid piece of shit. I'll fucking kill you. Call that pussy the Matrix, because I'm in this bitch, and I can't get out. Last guy who ran off on the pack got choked out by some Givenchy gloves. The last thing he ever saw was the price tag on them. Slowly faded into darkness, and I let the archangels take him. I need more Sequoia Banshee boogers. Don't be shy, girl. I love me some pastrami mud flaps. I'm moving like French Montana. Huh? Welcome to the Cream Kingdom, bitch. Open up. Black China, I drink her piss out of another man's balls. My shooter a crack.
I don't think I'm allowed to watch this anymore. We gotta move on to something else. We need to watch Fear and Hunger videos. Discord? No, I don't have any. But it's not. Fear and Hunger's grueling mythology.
If you've been around the internet for the last month or so, odds are you've heard about a particular indie game circling around known as Fear and Hunger. And if you haven't, then I heavily urge you to delve.
Choked up by some Gavante gloves. Last thing he ever saw was the price tag. Slowly faded into the darkness and let the archangels take him. Oh my god.
Delve into this magnificent game and experience it for yourself. Or if you don't mind spoilers, then stick around and enjoy this journey into the exploitive mythology behind this gritty, cruel, yet beautiful work of fiction.
So who did that Fear and Hunger video? That's the video I keep referencing if you're wondering. I don't care if I go blind. I don't need to see the price tag. I'm on 12 James Camerons.
Before we can get into the fanatical and terrifying deities that inhabit this well-orchestrated world, first the question must be asked, what is Fear and Hunger? Fear and Hunger is a turn-based RPG game created by Happy Paintings using RPG Maker. Taking up the role of either a mercenary, knight, dark priest, or outlander, you're tasked with exploring
money
the
longer
dungeon
than James
that awaits you.
Cameron.
Each of these 4 characters have their own history, beliefs, and, most importantly, a reason for venturing into the hellish dungeon that the story takes place in. Keeping most plot-related information as spoiler-free as possible, save for some gameplay.
This is the, you know what? Fuck that. I'll watch. You know what? We've had enough of Fear and Hunger. Fear and Hunger videos are so freaking long. Oh my god. I wanna It's hard to focus though. Cause I had to show you that. Oh my god. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm just breathing. Yeah. What did you think? It's so good.
For a crack.
This is Fear and Hunger.
Kid, he looked like Woody Harrelson. You ain't seen 10 bands in your life, shit. Reach for my neck, you'll get turned into an example. Y'all gotta stop playing with me, man. I threw diamonds at the strip clubs under the Great Pyramids. I pushed the camel through the eye of a needle. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Tied the ops to the back of a track hawk and dragged him around the block for 24 hours. Motherfucker looked like a Resident Evil 5 campaign extra after we was done with him. Ops wanted some initiative. Blew up their entire quadrant. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. She dropped that ass on me from an egregious angle. They thought I was Stephen Wallace. Top shelf Zaza disrupted my circadian rhythm. I have seen the Magna Carta. I have seen the Eye of Horror. I was flipping bricks for Mansa Musa before y'all even became a Type 1 civilization. This shit ain't nothing to me, you stupid piece of shit. Step the wrong way and you will perish. That pussy feel like Biscoff butter. You think I care about this shit? Ask me if I care about this shit, cause I don't give a shit. If I had $1 for every time they said I gave a shit, I'd be broke, cause I don't give a shit. My bitch looked like David Hasselhoff. I bawled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll kill you, you stupid piece of shit.
I love how the next video is Pikmin. You stupid piece of shit. I've been thinking about that video.
I'm moving.
No, wait.
We straight gas and cutting straight to the bricks. Ha ha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. We smoking runts. Shorty got a BBL, took that shit out because she couldn't run.
Okay, enough. If I'm gonna click on this video. Oh my god, I'm crying a little. Oh my god. Oh. That's not it, cause it's I'll light my torch and burn it. I am the beast I worship. Yes. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. We were watching Fear and Hunger. That completely took me out of my flow. I love the part where he's like, from an egregious angle. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my god. Oh yeah, thank you. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh. Anyway. Thank you. Symbiotes. We are smoking symbiotes. You know what? I'm just gonna zatsu down now. You know what? I just talk now. The egregious angle. Oh shit, it's so loud. Yeah. I'll raid somebody in a choto a minute. I'll eventually raid somebody. Let's listen to this. This is music chill out sesh. Yay! I love copyright. Yay! Oh my god. Can somebody? Okay, this is why I want to learn the AI stuff, because I'm about to fuel the content. Can somebody please, I beg you, can you do the AI of me doing Dracula Flow 3? I beg you, please do AI of me doing, I don't care which, I mostly want the third one. Please, I'm begging you. This is why I want to learn. I'm begging you, please, if you do that, please, I'm begging you, please. I beg you. Can't you do it yourself? That's why I'm learning, because I want to be able to do these things myself. Link to the video and you'll... Please. I will link the video. I need this so bad. I need it more than I need air in my lungs. I need it. I'm begging you. Please, I'll post the link. There you go. Please, I beg you. That's all. Life just ain't the same. Copyrights killed you. Thank you so much. Is he gonna play? Play? I look angry now. It's so convincing. What? Yes! What?
Copyrights killed my family Coni. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. I hope you... I'm not gonna record it. I want you to do the AI of it so I sound just like him. Please. I beg you. Please. It's so funny. It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing. I beg, please. Please. Alright, thank you so much. I'm gonna freak out. The funniest fucking thing in the world. Dracula, I don't think that's possible. It's so funny. Oh my god. It's the funniest thing in the world. I hope you enjoyed Funger though. Fear and Hunger. So there's a billion different videos. That was like the gist of the regular stuff. But there's so much to it, like the endings, why, how, when. But I think that's mostly something you need to delve in yourself too. In my personal opinion, I think Termina is more interesting. But man, I love how the gods look. I love the descriptions of the gods. Yeah, they get enough edits on it to make the AI sound good. I'm just gonna be happy about it. Oh my gosh, yeah. You like the part when Dracula showed up? Shut up. I told you, I promised you that I would show you. I can't go back to seriousness. It's so funny. You wanna try the first again, but the second is way better? The designs are sick. The second one is really cool too, though. I wanna like... This might be spoiling something. I wanna show you, like, there's this really creepy boss that I want to show you. It's a really creepy boss, and this is how I got into Fear and Hunger. I would accidentally stumbled upon this one video. Okay, wait. I accidentally stumbled... Is this... Can I... Huh? Can I get that? Fear and Hunger, all not safe for content in game. Nice. Love that. Oh god, I want to watch this, but it's some guy talking. Be quiet. Get out of here. It's this freaky ass boss. I think it's very freaky. But, I heard the noise of this boss and it's so freaking... It's scary. I don't know it's really you if you use a... I'm second gassing up. You know, everybody deserves to be gassed up. Listen to this sound, okay? It freaks me out. I get chills every time I hear that. But it's a scary ass elephant boss. Yeah, and this is how I found out about the game actually, because I was like, and then the sound of this elephant thing stayed in my head, and I was like, what is this? What is this? You know, like, what is that sound? It's so creepy. Ugh. And yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna spoil too much though, but like that's the one thing that brought me into it, and then after that I kept looking into it, and it's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah. I don't know. It's really sick. It's really sick and it's really cool. I just freaking... I don't know. I love it so much. Slightly altered elephant noise. It's like a freaked up elephant noise. Also, thank you guys so much for all the everythings. Yeah. Your phone's gonna die. Go charge it. Go charge it. Yeah. The moon scorches out. Yes. It's so cool. Yeah. We had a power outage. What? What? Did you like that? I want Kai to post in my head. It was like Kai posts something about like a Asterion, and then I reply with this. Can I ask you a little favor? Nana had a long and tiring day and he did his best. Why the fuck want to answer him? Chotomate, let me go read that. But yeah. Whenever Kai says something a little I was gonna reply with that. That's, I don't know. My brain is so Understand. Yeah, why is that not showing up? Chotomate, why do you not show up for me? You got the present on your phone in front of a brick. I need my money. But I hope you guys are all doing good today. You know, I'm sorry if today was a very difficult day for you, and I know a lot of difficult days happen and everything, but I hope the best for you. I hope I can make you laugh or smile. I hope that Dracula video made you laugh. I hope that made you laugh. It's so funny. He's a tired man working hard. Keep working hard, okay? I know it's rough. It's really rough. It's hard, but you know, another day, another good day. You know what you deserve tomorrow? You deserve yourself a nice, good drink. Like a tasty drink. Not alcohol, but like, get yourself a yummy drink. That always cheers me up. A yummy drink. Understand? Understand the concept of love. I'll show you, This is... Oh god. Can I just show you? Why is it so far behind? Comment. I got it. One more video that I always reference all the time.
I'ma go to Starbucks in the morning for some coffee. If it ain't a girl there, I won't buy no damn coffee.
I keep thinking about getting Starbucks, and then I think about that in my head all the time. All the time. If there ain't no girl there, I won't buy no damn coffee. Yeah. So true. If it's not a woman giving me my coffee, I don't want it. I don't want it. If there ain't a girl there, I won't buy no damn coffee. Is that true? Yeah. You're gonna work on it? I'm gonna be so grateful if you get it going, man. Oh my god. I bring joy? I'm glad I bring joy. I just want to make you happy. That's it, you know? I just want to make you happy. I'm not dropping $8 for a coffee made by a dude. Any other videos you wish to show the class? I can't think of any. I can't think of any that I always like reference or anything. Yeah. I can Who knows her man's hands have been gross. Gross. Concept of love. Understand the concept of love. Why is it so behind? Why is it so behind? Love. Understand. I'm alright, I guess. I'm pretty okay, I think. You guys are gonna quote the Dracula stuff all the time, aren't you? I mean, good. Because it's funny. It's so funny. I love the Dracula stuff so much. It's the funniest freaking thing ever. Like, it's so funny. I don't know. Oh. Oops. I always have just images ready. You're gonna Dracula pill everyone? I feel like the second one is his weakest. Yeah. Definitely his weakest by far. I'm Dracula. I'm Dracula pilled. Bleh. Bleh. Bliat. Is that what they say? Bliat. No, that's Russians. Alright. I have to show you. Oh, this is gonna be so stupid of me. Do you want to see a video that I've watched religiously, and I have to show it because I have to get it out there to some other human being? I have to. What is this? Chotomateyo. Chotomateyo. Let me see. Let me get him out. Tell him to bring out the whole ocean. Tell him to bring out the whole ocean. Yeah.
Coni love Coni my sweet boy Matt rat fan is a tired man working hard and he does deserve.
I do hope. They're so behind. I do hope everything gets better, like for everyone and stuff. Yeah. Oh god. I feel so bad. I'm like showing you this stuff. Oh, but I have to show you what I've been freaking. Oh my god, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. This is like my favorite video right now. It's a TikTok edit if you're wondering. It's a TikTok edit. Let me see. Will it pop up? No! Wait, where is it? What? Show. Where are you? Where is it? It doesn't pop up. Is it broken? Why don't you pop up? Whatever. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. It's a video of Coni. It's a video of Coni executing people in Black Ops. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter for you. Super shy. Super shy. Can I find it? Super shy. Oh wait, I know why it's not showing. I gotta hold on. I'll show you. I have to show you. It's my favorite thing ever. He's so baby girl. Super shy. He's so baby girl. Why is he so baby girl? Why'd they make him that? Why'd they make him so baby girl? What were they doing? They meant that. What is this? What? Why did things pop up for 2 seconds?
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. I am blowing the fart bubbles in the bath we smoke. In Symbiar test smoking that Whoopi Goldberg, South Egyptian, for burger.
It's not the same.
Scratcher skunk, Bubba
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I need it with the inflections that he does. I need it with the inflections. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. I need it with the inflections. You know? I can't. And you have to find the pronunciation. Yes. Record yourself. You gotta voice act. I can't. I think I'm technically not even allowed to say those things or something. I think I'll get in trouble. I think I'll get in trouble. Yeah. I love New Jeans. I've never listened to New Jeans, but I started listening to that song because of that TikTok. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to stop laughing now. I'm in trouble for Dracula flowing too hard. Did I say trouble? I don't even. I'm saying it without like remembering or knowing. My bad. Oops, my bad. Gonna wanna out you, na na na, banana. Follow me, na na na. Where do we do that? I don't know. I'm drinking my blue Hawaiian. Yeah, but like, I hate it. I'm so sorry that I'm talking about Coni. But one thing about him is that like I've seen a lot of people be like, ugh, but his voice, his accent, but he does sound like he's like, oh, what does speak to ya? Like, okay, I don't know why, but there's something about Germans, Austrians, whatever. When they speak English, they sound like they're 10 years old. Am I wrong? They every single time, like an Austrian or a German, they sound like they're literally like 10 years old compared to like when they speak their own language. Seriously, why is that? What does that mean? What is that? Why? I'm not gonna play his voice. I won't. But what does it mean? Handling the transient for the. No. Literally, like, what is that? What the fuck does that mean? You're Austrian? I want to hear you speak English. I mean, being Austrian's pretty cool though. I like ja. I like how they say ja. I wish we had like a cool like saying like that as Americans. We ain't got nothing. We got nothing like that. So what do Russians say, like da or something? Da? Germans say ja? What other people say? I wish we had something like that. Yo. Hell yeah, brother. Da. Da? Does that mean yes, right? Da. Hello, how do I sound? Yeah, I can hear it. You sound normal. You got what intonation? Oh, yeah! Oh, from the Midwest. That's true. Yeah. Super shy. Yeah. Yippee! Fortnite drinking cola. This is what he sounds like. This is what he sounds like.
Mein Gott, Leute! Meine Mama hat mir einfach erlaubt, dass ich Cola trinken darf. Wie cool!
I can't. Okay, let's. He can't. Like, listen. He just kind of.
Bandage here. Battle rage here.
Kind of sounds like that. No way, it's the same person. That's what happens when he gets excited. When it. Dude, I wish I could be as happy as that kid. I thought Germans were like kind of stiff people or something. I don't know. I don't know Europeans, so. This
Calypso Paradise Punch is minging.
It's fucking minging. Paradise Punch lemonade. It's fucking minging. Yeah. Alright. Let me raid somebody. This shitty ass stream, boy. Momo? I just raided Momo, but Yuko's streaming, but I just raided Momo the other day. What should I do? Because I feel bad. I did raid Momo. I think I'm gonna raid Yuko because I raided Momo the other day. I'll raid Yuko. Yeah. Because I mean, I like to, like, if I can, I like to kind of, not like take turns, if that makes sense, but like, I don't know. Like, kind of, if I can. Nobody's usually streaming. You should smoke a symbiote. Yeah. Yeah. Meine Manhattan! Yippee! Fortnite drinking cola! Yippee! Yeah. Wait. Can I put on? I don't. What kind of music can I put on to end this stream? No, I gotta like romantic music video game. Here. We gotta. I was gonna do like a very cutesy ending to this, like. Yeah. I can't think of the book. So, so, did you like this? Did you enjoy the stream? Was it nice? Did you have a Did you have a good time? That's not even romantic. Like, where's like a slope? I guess this will do. You know? Was I cute? Was it good? You enjoy? I can't be serious. Yes. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a nice night. I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it may be. Are you having a good night? Chotomate, I have to disappear. Let the archangels take me. Hold on. Let me put this. Chotomate. Hold on. Hold on. I'm blushing. It's because of you. Wow. We get to spend this time together. It's so beautiful and romantic. and it's beautiful. I can't be serious. What do you want? What's gonna make your night better right now? What do you want? What's gonna make your night better? You get one wish. One wish, and I'll give it to you. I know what chat wants. You have a wife. You're dating chat. I got my hands full of dating this chat. You want to kiss it? You want to kiss it? Okay. Move that down a little. We'll move it there a little. You're blushing. Do you like my carp mouth? Do you like my double skin fangs? This isn't romantic music. What are you kidding me? It's Earthbound. This is good. This is good. My arm was so itchy. We can just stare into each other's eyes. Wink, 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 wink. Here. I'll give you a little smooch. Okay? Here. Oh shoot, I fucked up. Wait, hold on. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Why are you crying? I like best when I cry. No, I just like better when I cry. Here. What if I'm smug about it? What if I'm smug about it? Ready? Are you ready? You have to tell me when you're ready. Pull on them, skip down. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Okay. We're good. That's all. That's your daily kiss limit. There you go. Enjoy. Enjoy. You better take your hands and rub it all over your face. Mm-hmm. Is that good? Yeah. Have a good one. Have a nice night. I'll see you tomorrow. For what? For what? What am I seeing you tomorrow for? I'm dwinking tomorrow. If you think I'm cute now, just wait till I'm fully gone. If you think I'm cute now. Another no. Yeah. Well. Konaito dayo. There you go. Okay. Bye. Can I give an extra kiss to Mad Rat? Okay. There you go. Okay. Bye. Bye. Good night, though. For real. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'll see you. Bye. This music sucks. We gotta hold on. I gotta put on one more good song before we go. Okay. Hiccup. I need to put on a good song. What's a good song? We can listen to the ready? This is a really good song. I don't know if I played this song for the radio.
People say she's bad, but they don't see
the way she is with me. P is for the painful way. She makes me feel someday. U is for utopia. The other times with her. And it's for the new age blues she had back in her teens. K is for the kids in her. My P-U-N-K girl. Yay!
Yes, honest and kind, but in a way that people see as telling lies and being mean. She has thousands of dreams, but what they are I'll never know. I hope I figure in them though. I don't care if they can see just how great they can be, but I wish she'd find a way to act well for just one day. I don't mind if they can't see just how much she means to me. I still know what I will say if that girl comes my way. P is for the
Painful way. She makes me feel someday. U is for utopia. The other times with her. And it's for the new